Gotta fix this.
Now entering the Temple of Anubis.
Oh, freezer one.
This is
And
not
camera
time
game.
to quit. Rally power to forward shield.
Come on, damn it. Oh! Yo, what did you do?
Mecha activated.
Heroes never die.
Something happened. There we go.
Bunny hop. Fully operational.
Where is he? Where is he? Oh, there he is. I got scared for a second. Ah, he said it. Ah, he said no lie.
Suiting up. Now to show them.
Now we're back streaming that. I just didn't feel like showing the show. Just to be honest.
Rally power to forward shield. Taking off.
I'm just sitting around. Oh, get back there. This seems like good. Yeah, she was not getting over that. Hey, healing. Thank you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Out of my way.
Matrix activated.
Ah, get it.
Enemies over there.
Gotta get that tree on.
APM doing number 5. Time to raise my APM.
Haha, I hate you, dynamite. We call it a gotcha mode. I just noticed there was no there, huh? You're gonna win! Ah, nice.
30 seconds remaining.
Like, I proved it. But he's still in the middle. I don't really easily have this in case. Okay. I'm holding this just in case it's pretty down point. Don't kill us, come on, we can. Aha!
Victory.
Ooh. That's where we want to go. What map types of this? Assault maps.
Play
Oh,
of
boy.
the game.
I don't care what he thinks.
Nerf this.
How did she gonna do it? Oh, yeah. Better go with that. Okay. Sit down up here. It's not. Yeah. Ow! 2 bucks, baby. 90. So that's 100. Something wrong? Can you see it again? Okay, that's where I got. Oh, we got dancing. That's okay. Yeah, there could be better ones. Oh, yeah, do okay. Oh, yeah. Alright. I'll try to at least get one. Let's see. I'm not like this week. We only need like 1,000 more. 1,200. We only have like 5 games. We can save us for the next event.
Now traveling to the south. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
See what we want to win. No. Oh, wait, sorry. I'll start.
I think we win.
Don't you think
I could have used a little more time to get ready.
I can only came to it, but it's like that. Alright, dude, let's see what we're doing.
1.
Show me the rules.
Capture the objective.
Okay, 69 peanuts. Thanks for the prediction. You thought that was a good idea, charging him back line like that?
The objective is now
Ah, I got septic. Man. Let's go. Sure. I'm fine. Come on. It's so low. Oh, congratulations. That's pretty good skin. I thought that was like one of the blue skins. We need to regroup. Like, yes. We need to try to regroup. Oh, I instantly lost all my health. I just threw everything at this right thing. We need to try to regroup.
I'm too young to die. Let's do this. Nerf this. Check me out. There's the point.
Success. Get them. Oh, wait, don't jump in. Oh, okay. Was it Lucia? Okay. Lucia. It was boom. Oh, there it is. Oh, that was ours. I thought it was the enemy.
Routing power to forward shield. Time to read the again.
I feel like where it's coming from. That's the enemy. Oh, let's go. Skills are done. I really just want to throw one over the edge. Can I just see what happens? You only do it for a couple of seconds. Then this up. We can use it to our advantage. Died. How did that even touch me? What? Look at this. getting anything.
First round lost.
Nah. Yeah,
Score
try that.
0
9.
to 1.
I mean, maybe a little.
I can't wait to get into the fight. All right, game face on.
Why can't I hear her sing?
Mecha activated. Hit you with that view.
Oh, there it is. Just took a minute.
With that view.
1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Ah, we've already been hit with that today. Oh, that was alright, nerd. Did you like damage down your face? I didn't hear this. Oh yeah.
Taking off.
It looks like Marvel Genji. I don't think it's Marvel Genji. I got stunned. No. Steal damage, steal damage, steal damage.
Suiting up. Now show
Okay, they don't have tanks. Should have done.
routing power to forward carrier.
We got that. No thing that they're looking. Oh no! No! Wait, the buzzer was healed. Why did I get any heals from that? It's hard to tell what skin they're gonna be wearing when he's constantly moving around.
All systems checked out.
Tell them to back up. Go, 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 go.
Matrix activated.
Look, I did my best. I got gold. Check this time. Gold objective eliminations. I got silver damage bronze eliminations. So I did well whether or not. Well, Trash fair as well.
Play of the game.
I think the fair was okay. I think two still now. Oh, even with two things, I'm probably good. The guy was like, hold this, quiet. We're going to good. And one goal that should have had. I had 2 points. So he only some damage. I guess also maybe tie for just a kills, maybe? Yeah. Alright, I got 5 days. Yep. All this doing. some kind of stuff. Oh, wait, no, because I'm doing this again.
Welcome to Oasis.
Wait.
Your first round lost.
Huh. Well, that was quick.
Score 0-1.
Put that phone over here. Sorry. I think it's expired. I have to go through just a minute.
That's true. I guess you don't get in trouble very much.
Look at that expired in 2020. Really? I was going to do this today. Oh, I'm getting killed. Get a coupon from Sonic for a free cheeseburger or a first cheeseburger. The coupon expired almost 2 years ago. Look at that a job fair.
Enemies on my radar.
Guess they just had coupons laying around and they just didn't seem to. What? That's a dumb blow. Hey, hold on. So I'm gonna feel it. Why not? The English for a second. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy when she doesn't have these on. I was getting damaged. Towards you, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's right down that hallway. I wanted to get to the bottom.
Rebooting.
I don't know, I'm telling you just to go down there and film my stuff.
Please move behind the barrier.
I hear it. Oh, there it is.
For your safety, please move behind the barrier.
EMP activated.
Oh, they didn't even get in.
Cease your resistance. Score 1-1.
Get in this thing, set up.
Let's shoot for a new high score. I can't wait to get into the fight.
I should have stood this up before. Yeah.
5, 4,
It gives you tell for some reason. In a way.
1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
He also been posting a lot on TikTok. So you should go and follow him. Hey, you thought you could do that. Wow, I did not understand what he was doing. We need to take out the Bastion.
I am not ready to be deactivated.
He's killing us all. We should probably. Is it alright?
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Oh, I guess they didn't have enough.
So I see where it is. It was on the ground. I thought he was still above. So he moved when I saw him. Maybe. Oh yeah, that's the enemy.
Always leave yourself a back.
Okay, let's try this again. Is Bastion still up top?
EMP activated.
Yeah, the cancellation. Oh! Oh, that's not good. Didn't put the shield in there. What's pants? That's a good for football. Pants. Alright, I'm going to philosophical. Ah. Ew.
My healing spell is upon you.
Come on, touch.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Okay, he was getting healed as well. Wasn't the right spot. Here we lost. I think it's funny that Diva gets revived, instantly dies again.
Archiving combat data.
Who's still on the point? Oh, it's the Samba.
Play of the
Hello? Hi. Yes I will.
quadruple kill.
Alright, got it. Got it. Bye. He's still not on. Those are done. So I'm gonna go get them. Then. Wow, alright. We'll figure it out. Are you guys watching the laundry? doing my laundry. Okay, put my laundry on there. Okay. Yes, but if I do my what? We'll watch a video. Hmm? I'm coming down for that. Let's see here. What would be a good order of the video? We stick on topic and watch something Overwatch 2 related.
Heroes. Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. This video is going to be very comprehensive. It's going to be a very long video as well. It is going to go into detail on all of the changes that were in the Overwatch Alpha, and these changes will be pushed forward to the beta. There will also be additional changes in the beta, but I want to give you guys an idea as to what is going on with the direction of the game. Now remember, these are all Alpha patch notes, which means they probably will change in...
Shout out to can't remember how to pronounce his name. He used to be part of the Overwatch League. He actually used to be like a manager of the London Spitfire in year 1. He's really good at incredible source.
some
really cool
kind of way. However, the core changes to the heroes, I really don't expect those to change. And also the core changes to
This is what
gameplay,
it
things
would
like
look
5v5. Yes, it's going to be 5v5. They're not going to suddenly go back on that and go, hey, it's 6v6, just because everything is balanced around 5v5 now. So I think the first place to start here is with the hero change. Now, also another very quick disclaimer, there will not be patch notes shown off in this video simply because we can't, because of the conditions of the NDA. I can, however, read them off to you, so that is totally what I'm going to do. And yeah, I think the first place to start, though, is with the hero changes. I'm going to briefly go over the new abilities that heroes have got and also go over Sojourn's new kit. But later on in the video, we'll go into detail on the actual patch notes, so the figures for the abilities and all of that stuff. But for now, we're just going to hit the general description of the abilities. So firstly, let's start with Sojourn. So she's got a railgun. Primary fire fires projectiles. Secondary fire is the railgun, which charges up off the primary fire damage. Her ultimate rapidly charges the railgun. A disruptor shot, this is her E ability. This fires a burst that, like a big burst of energy that snares targets and deals damage to them. So it slows targets down, deals damage to them. You can also fire it at walls and stuff, and it'll stick to them. It'll also stick to players as well. Power slide, this is her movement ability. So ground slide, that can cancel into a high jump. And a passive is the roll damage passive, which is a 10% increase in movement speed. Next up is Doomfist. Now, Doomfist is changed into a tank. His primary fire kind of remains the same, however, it does less damage. His ultimate remains the same, but does less damage. Power Block is a new ability. This protects yourself from frontal attacks. Blocking heavy damage empowers Rocket Punch. Rocket Punch is basically the same as it was before, however, does much less damage unless it's been charged up by Power Block. And when it's charged up by Power Block, you can actually punch multiple targets with it. So if you punch into a group, you'll push like multiple targets back in like a frontal conal style AoE. Seismic Slam, this is a new ability. So this is like Winston's Leap. Seismic Slam and Uppercut have all been slapped together into one ability. Makes Doomfist super mobile, but, well, he's Doomfist, so he's mobile anyway. His passive remains the same, and his roll passive is now Tank, so he reduces knockback received, and less ultimate is generated by healing and damage received. Next up is Orisa, another hero that's been absolutely completely reworked. So her primary fire now is the Augmented Fusion Driver. This is a heat-based weapon. It no longer has ammo, but it will overheat if you keep firing it. Although it only really does damage under 10 meters. Above 10 meters, it's not that effective. Terra Surge, this is a brand new ultimate, so she sweeps enemies in and anchors down, gaining the effects of Fortify and charging up a surge of damage. You can unleash the surge with primary or secondary fire, but if you don't, it will go to its duration and do maximum damage, and this will kill people if you let it go to maximum damage. Fortify, this is slightly different than it was before, so you gain temporary health now, reduces all incoming damage. However, it also reduces the heat being generated by your weapon. Javelin Spin, another brand new ability. You spin your javelin, it destroys projectiles, pushes enemies back, and increases forward speed. It also does damage as well to the enemies that you push back. Energy Javelin, you launch your javelin at an enemy to stun and knock them back. More effective if the enemy hits a wall. And of course, she's got the roll passive Tank. So next up is Reinhardt, and yeah, kind of the only major change Reinhardt gets is he now has 2 fire strikes. He can also control his charge as well, so he can cancel it, and it's a lot more maneuverable as he's charging. But apart from that, he's pretty much the same. It's just a lot of stat changes to Reinhardt, but we'll get onto that as we go through the patch notes later on in the video. Next up is Sombra. She has been completely reworked. However, her abilities kind of stay the same. They just change in functionality. So a machine pistol still is a short-range automatic weapon. However, the spread is much tighter and you can do a lot more damage with this. EMP now deals 40% damage of all nearby enemies' health, hacking them and destroying barriers around you. Stealth, become invisible and move quickly. However, when...
What the box?
Oh no, I can get copyrighted off of that, so I'm just gonna...
Hacking, when you're in stealth, it only very briefly you come out of stealth for the hack, but then you instantly go back into stealth, so hacking does not break stealth. Translocator pretty much functions the same way as it did before. Hack, though, is totally different. So you hold to hack. Hacked enemies cannot use abilities briefly and can be seen through walls. Hacked health packs spawn faster but can't be used by enemies. Taking damage interrupts the hack attempt. Now the hack is, just look at it like a 1 second mini stun. That's kind of all it is. Well, it's not even a stun, it's an interrupt. 1 second interrupt, 1 second interrupt. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Passive, Opportunist, you detect critically injured enemies through walls and deal 40% more damage to hacked enemies. So there's a slight change there with the damage buff to hacked enemies. And of course, she's got the roll passive damage. Next up is Bastion. Now, Bastion receives a complete total rework as well. So his primary fire is now Configuration Recon. This is a lightweight but highly accurate weapon. Configuration Assault is a brand new mode for Bastion. This is his old Sentry mode, but now he turns into a mini tank with the minigun, and he can continue firing until the cooldown finishes. Configuration Artillery, you become immobile and fire up to 3 powerful artillery shells. He also gets a new grenade ability called the A36 Tactical Grenade, fires a bomb that bounces off walls and explodes when it impacts enemies or the ground. Now, Ironclad, this was removed in the alpha. It may come back, I don't know. Remember, things at alpha, you know, and even going into the beta, things will probably keep changing. But yeah, like I said, the main meat of these reworks probably will not change. And of course, he gets the roll passive damage. Zarya, a very quick one for Zarya. She just gets double bubble. So she can either bubble herself twice, or bubble herself, bubble an ally. She can bubble two allies. But as I said, we will get onto the nitty-gritty of the details further on in the video. Next up is Winston. Winston gets a buff to his barrier. It's now got 800 HP, and he gets a new primary, alternate fire, where he can kind of try and finish off targets at maybe 20-25 meter range, and that's kind of it. And then finally, Cassidy, in terms of major changes. So no longer has Flashbang, instead has Magnetic Grenade. You throw a short-range grenade that homes in on nearby enemies and deals additional damage if it sticks to them. Okay, that covers the major hero balance changes and reworks very briefly. But as I say, we are going to go into more detail in them in a moment. But I think the first place to start here would be major balance changes to the actual game. So let's go. We're just going to get stuck into this, guys. Remember, I would grab a drink because it's going to be a long video because there's a lot of changes. New game mode Push. Push is the new game mode available on two brand new maps, Toronto and Rome. Gameplay unfolds with two opposing teams fighting over control of a single shared objective, the Treadweather TS1 large utility robot that starts in the middle of the map. Each team fights to take control of TS1 as they would a payload by having teammates located next to TS1 with no enemies nearby. When a team takes control of TS1, it slowly pushes their team's barricade towards the opposing team's start location along the predetermined path. If TS1 and the barricade reach the goal at the end of the path, then the team controlling TS1 wins the game. When the opposing team takes control of TS1, it leaves the first team's barricade in place and reverses its direction. TS1 then quickly moves back along the path until it reaches the opposing team's barricade, which then pushes towards the first team's spawn. Midway between TS1's starting location and each team's end goal, there is a forward checkpoint objective along the path. When TS1 pushes a team's barricade to their forward checkpoint, that team activates a closer respawn location. This respawn location deactivates if the other team retakes control of TS1, then moves TS1 to a point on the path before the forward checkpoint. Players have 8 minutes to push their team's barricade to the end goal and win. If neither team's barricade reaches the end goal after 8 minutes, the team who has pushed the barricade the furthest distance and has control of TS1 wins. The game enters overtime if control of TS1 is contested, or the team who currently has control of TS1 does not have the furthest distance pushed. Overtime ends when the TS1 loses control of it, or when the team with the control of the TS1 pushes their barricade to a distance exceeding the opposition's. Assault maps are being removed. With the addition of Push game mode and its new maps to Overwatch, we've decided to remove all maps using the Assault game mode from both the quick play and competitive map rotations. After examining all our maps and game modes, we noted that the Assault game mode has always been a source of discomfort for many members of our community. We believe many of the issues for the Assault maps could only be solved by making major changes to the game mode and major reworks to the maps, resulting in complete level rebuilds. Instead of devoting resources to reworking very familiar maps such as Hanamura or Volskaya, we've instead decided to focus our efforts on creating maps in exciting new locations across the world, such as Toronto and Rome. Although Assault maps will no longer be in the standard rotations, all Assault maps, Hanamura, Temple of Anubis, Volskaya, Paris, and Horizon Lunar Colony, will still be available for use in custom games and the workshop. We'll also look for future opportunities to bring them back into quick and competitive map rotations, as well as special events and arcade game modes. 5v5. For the quick play and competitive role queue models, the team composition now consists of 1 tank, 2 support and 2 damage heroes. For quick play classic, open role queue and arcade modes, such as Capture the Flag or Mystery Heroes, the number of players on a team is now 5 instead of 6. With 1 fewer player on each side, individual contribution means more to the overall success of the team. Fewer players on the map also changes the gameplay in a host of positive and sometimes subtle ways. Players have more space to spread out, and the battlefield is easier to understand with fewer visual effects and sounds happening around you. The removal of 1 tank hero in restricted role queues has allowed us to rework all our tank heroes to be even more impactful and fun to play. This change increases gameplay clarity for all hero roles and makes matches more fluid.
I'm making such quick cash doing
That.
Sound. New weapon fire audio for all heroes. Environmental audio updates. New convolution reverb system, which means more realistic environments. 3D reverb can hear the environment your enemies are shooting in, giving more gameplay information. Weapon and explosion trails. Decaying of weapons and explosions now reflect the environment they are in. Debris
That's kinda
updates.
cool.
A more complete pass to have weapon impacts and explosions react to the surface they impact with. Whiz-by updates. New bullet pass by audio for ballistic weapons. Speed of sound adjustments for very long range impacts and explosions. Ping system. This highly requested feature is finally making its debut in Overwatch. Bound to the middle mouse, G and D pad by left default. The ping system arrives with a suite of new communication options. Ping allows players to place waypoints anywhere in the world to strategize with their allies or suggest which enemy heroes to attack. Tapping the
Basically,
ping
you
button
know,
will fire a
for people
contextual
that,
ping that
contact,
highlights a
or even,
location,
like,
marks
remembering.
enemies, confirms allied pings, objective pings, or even tells injured allies to group up with if you're playing with support. Pressing and holding the ping button opens the ping wheel where you can select from a variety of pings that can be placed in the world or on your hero. Double tapping the ping button places a warning ping for when you can see an enemy hero but want to let your team know about potential danger. We're excited to share the ping system with you in this beta and would like to stress that the system is still a work in progress. Many of the ping system's parameters can be modified in options controls. Please share your feedback about the ping system and any improvements you'd like to see in the future. Okay, let's move on to some general game updates now. So we're just going to, this is general game systems, not game modes and all the stuff that we've just been over. So firstly, armor now reduces all damage by 30%. This is a simplified approach to the old armor system, which I honestly cannot tell you how that worked. So yeah.
Yeah, no, good.
Also, updated armor's damage mechanics so that the damage reduction applies to both the impact and the explosion. Added a roll passive to the F1 screen on hero information. Damage dealt by beams and damage over time effects no longer use a separate mitigation formula against armor. Armor should now reduce all sources of damage by 30% evenly. Temporary health gains no longer provide ultimate charge when damaged. Increased base respawn times from 8 to 10 seconds. Increase the speed of the push bot respawn times from 8 ultimate charge when damaged. Increased base respawn times from 8 to 10 seconds. Increase the speed of the push bot TS1 as it moves faster between barricades after control switches. Changed it from 3.5 to 5.0. Now, an interesting little bit of, I guess, lore for that change. That was a change that happened in the alpha because it was quite clear that the bot was moving too slow. And if you pushed a certain distance, then it was very difficult to actually undo that progress, and the bot needed to move faster. I think he still needs to move faster, and we probably will see more changes to the speed of the bot. So let's move on to some general hero changes. Roll passives are now in the game. So tank roll passive, 30% knockback resistance, 50% lower ultimate generation from damage taken and healing taken. Damage, 10% faster movement speed. Support, after 2 seconds without being damaged, regenerate 10 health per second. Health changes. Temporary shield and armor health pools have been combined into a single health pool with no special attributes. Base armor health pools no longer mitigate damage by a flat amount. Previously, -5 damage per hit. It now reduces incoming damage by 30%. Phase effect changes. Phase effects no longer clear the Zarya Graviton Surge or Sigma Gravitic Flux movement restriction effects. Example, Reaper can still use Wraith form while in Graviton Surge to prevent damage, but he cannot walk out of it. May Cryo Freeze no longer removes Sigma's Gravitic Flux effect. Sombra Hack effect is now removed by phase effects. So now we're going to move on to very specific detail on the reworked heroes. Now remember, as I've kept saying throughout this video, this is from the alpha, and it's from the alpha after 2 hotfixes went into the alpha. I expect some changes to be made for beta, but you know, the hero will probably remain the same in the way it plays. There won't be major changes to hero gameplay and game style, I guess. But yeah, figures probably will change. So let's begin with Doomfist. Moved from damage to tank roll. Base health increased from 250 to 450. Hand cannon. Damage reduced from 6 to 5 per pellet. Ammo regeneration rate increased from once every 0.65 seconds to 0.4 seconds. Rocket punch. Impact damage range reduced from 50 to 100 to 15 to 30 damage. Wall slam damage range reduced from 50 to 150. Reduced from 50 to 150 to 20 to 40. Maximum charge uptime reduced from 1.4 to 1 seconds. Impacting a target now causes a secondary larger cone area check to grab extra targets to potentially knock them back as well. Uppercut ability removed. Instead, there's a new ability called Power Block. Entering a blocking stance reduces damage taken from the front by 90%. Blocking at least 100 damage causes Doomfist Gauntlet to become supercharged, empowering the next rocket punch in the following ways. Travels 50% faster and further. The area of effect blast that knocks back additional targets is now twice as large. Targets impacting a wall will be stunned for an additional 1 second. Empowered Fist now increases Rocket Punch's damage by plus 50%. Seismic Slam, 8-second cooldown. Can be cancelled by pressing the button again. Move from ability 2 to ability 1. Shift key by default. Now launches Doomfist into the air in the direction the player is aiming. Upon landing, creates a shockwave in a wide area, dealing 50 damage and slowing enemy movement speed by 30%. No longer has different behavior between being activated in the air or on the ground. No longer pulls enemies in. Meteor Strike Ultimate. Damage range reduced from 15 to 200 to 15 to 100. Impact damage at the center 1 meter radius unchanged from 300 damage. Knockback removed. Now additionally slows the movement speed of all enemies hit by 50% for 2 seconds. Cast time reduced from 1 to 0.5 seconds. Diva. Base health increased from 300 to 350. Fusion cannons. Primary fire movement penalty reduced from 50 to 30%. Weapon spread reduced from 4 to 3.5. Defense matrix now has a maximum duration of 3 seconds, which is an increase from 2. Orisa. Thanks to years of combat and Efi Oladelli's tireless work, Orisa's mind and abilities have evolved. She has grown fully into a role as a defender of Numbani. Base armor increased from 200 to 250. Base health increased from 200 to 250. New primary fire augmented fusion driver now rapidly fires 8 plasma projectiles per second. Projectiles start out large and shrink as they travel. Total consecutive shots before reaching maximum heat increased from 32 to 42. Damage starts at 10 and scales down to 4 damage over 25 meters. Damage fall off medium range increased from 7.5 to 10 meters. Uses a heat mechanic instead of ammo. Firing the weapon increases cooldowns while not firing. If the weapon overheats, a forced release of heat prevents the weapon from being fired for 3 seconds. New secondary fire, Energy Spear. Orisa throws a spear forward, although actually I must correct this actually. I don't think it's not called Energy Spear, it's Energy Javelin, I think, but you know, names of abilities and stuff are probably still being worked on and whatnot. But yeah, this is the spear that she throws. Orisa throws a spear forward, impacting the first enemy in its path. No longer able to be reflected or destroyed. Although the devs do say this is not likely to stay, but we are trying it out. It pierces breakable objects. Deals 80 damage, stuns enemies for 0.2 seconds, and knocks them back 6 meters. If the enemy collides with a wall while being knocked back, they take 40 more damage and are stunned for an additional 0.3 seconds. Fortify. Now slows Orisa's movement speed by 20% while active. Now provides 125 extra health while active. New ability 2. Energy Spear, Spin, Spear Spin, Javelin Spin, whatever you want to call it. Orisa rapidly spins a spear for 1.75 seconds, destroying incoming projectiles, increasing forward movement speed by 60%. Now causes continuous damage and knockback to enemies as the javelin spins, up to 90 total damage. A portion of the forward speed bonus now persists for 2 seconds after the spin ends, 20% forward speed. no longer causes a single instance of 40 damage, now causes continuous damage and knockback. Ultimate ability, Terra Lance, Terra Surge. Orisa pulls in nearby enemies and becomes fortified while charging up an area of effect attack for 4 seconds, dealing 225 damage based on how long the ultimate was charged. While charging, deals minor damage over time and slows nearby enemies' movement speed by 20%. Initial pull radius increased.
You guys got more Overwatch content? There you go. Very good. But yeah, he's really important. He explains like a lot of stuff very easily. And also, I can't really. I got an expired cookie. Why do everyone's fine now? He's not doing anything else. So expired 2020.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Nano? Now, that's really something. Now, rain. No, I'll be up there. Yeah, I'll just get towards the 20% closer.
Beacon in place. I'm out of here.
Well, yeah. Cool.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
You know, back in 2020, I actually predicted that it was going to be tanked. And I don't know what tanks it was going to be. And it was going to be tanks. And I'm like, okay. We've done DPS. We've done support. Yes, as well. We're tanks.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I definitely know that's
Attackers
That's a good
incoming.
one.
Defend objective.
And then, yeah. Yeah, I was never going to I was just trying to wait him up. And leave her in. Oh, they don't have what? They don't have what? They don't capture it. Can't we stop them? We can stop them, we gotta stop them here. Everyone's just in here. Oh, she's so low, she's so low. Got her. What? I'll get you a band-aid in a minute, okay? Okay, Faithy, hold on. Alright, let me get you a band-aid.
This will help.
much as I could. Also, I just went to go everything. I was a little faster because I was losing swing.
Boosters engaged.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Nerf this. Mecha activated. Taking off.
Hey, I was doing as much damage as I could. I got four. I got 3 golds. So I think I'm doing good. Foundation. Destruction drive. See, I saw the MP, so I was going for it.
The payload has reached the chip.
I think I'm gonna lose this. In 5 minutes to 1 point. See, I do that one to test, and also just to cause just to make it. As we get the whole time. They're gonna kill someone with a stupid. Alright, well, I mean, I'm just going to continue Overwatch, not real life. I'm not gonna kill someone with a random war. I mean, she gets like, oh, messed up.
Oh, this fucking soldier is pissing me off.
It was just cracking. He thought he was slick, but no. Hey, can I get some heals? Just drop me off. Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna throw it in there. I'm going to throw it. It's gonna be possibly amazing. Oh, he was behind us. Oh. I was gonna use it then. What a bad time. Do you think? I can just stop, just for a second. No! I was it's gonna be amazing, but no, we had to stop it. Or sorry, we couldn't stop it. I did not kill any. Oh, you're like 8 health. And immediately, as he goes down, I just go. Oh, I'm like 5 times more fun stuff. Like, the goal is to get to this level and to at least get the first part of at least challenging. That is the plan. I mean, hold on. how much I really need. So done. Lose not. Cool. I actually don't really need. I get like 10,000. A little over 10,000.
Traveling to
10 just go away.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Has anyone said that the Lord of Root 66 makes no sense? There's no stop point. Like we start at a diner. There's a road that leads to a warehouse. But no like exit area. Also, we're always saying a cliff.
Deviate from the plan, and victory will
Is that a question with this?
Attackers incoming.
Like, this sounds irresponsible.
Alright.
Also, why haven't they, cleaned that up?
Damage increase.
I will say this does look very, very nice. I'm not giving them enough credit.
5, 4,
And credit for what it's doing.
2, 1. Attackers incoming.
I just didn't get
Stop the payload.
the first line of defense.
Time to raise my VPN.
I didn't get any heals. I got zero heals for that. I'll say the central turrets are doing a lot.
Toki online. I'll show them.
Take a heals. Thank you. Okay, focus. He's on. Die. Fire strike. Oh yeah, hold it. Good. Okay. Ah, miss. Oh, what is it gonna do? Ah, man. And they don't have. Okay, they have one shield person.
Team kill.
Who leaks?
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Now I'm all the way over here. Oh, they're playing Hearthstone. Look, it's Hearthstone. I should just throw it over these houses. Just see what happens.
Routing power to forward barrier. Defense matrix activated. Heroes never die. When we hope to wake up, reality bends to my will.
There we go.
This is not the end.
Mercy. Where is the down? Where is it? There we go, we got it.
I'm under attack.
Right, pretty good. can hit. Oh, no, like, that's so bad. Alright, come on, I almost got him. If you got one of them.
I'm too young to die.
Okay, that's a rough one. Nice.
Behind you. Reality bends to my will.
Good diversion. This feels awesome. I'm shooting people on their dying. I get most alive. When I'm murdered. Where did I go? Wait, this is big. Like, how am I such like a normal person, I think? These. Oh, they just threw everything down. We were not going back whatsoever. So, man. But you did get that.
Nap time.
I'm not a good loser.
I hope I can get Dr. Mercy. That's a good skin. And Lego Bastion. They're like the only two that I really want. Okay, there's actually a couple of skins. Hold on. Oh, let me try to check this. I was able to get that off. Surprised. Yeah, I tried my best.
Defeat. Play of the game. Double, triple.
I think I get a lot of XP. Again. Yeah, look, I got over 2,000. This is like, if you get like 2,000, then you get like a level every 20 games. No, 10 games. Winning buyers. Official legacy. Oh, okay. Let's see. You see it? You can't see it. see special? No. That's pretty mayhem into that kind of thing. Weird. So I guess you can't see me one in here. So we're gonna do look down. Overwatch. Skin yeah, there were the mini events. We have a playlist of these. Hold on. No. So what I'd probably do would be okay, so it's here. Okay. So let me show you guys this. Okay. Alright, well, so we got Nano, we got Vessel, and then we have Reunion. Okay? So what I'm thinking is that they're gonna go in order, like the next three. So these were the first three. So then the second three would be Brick, Mercy, Recall, and then Minecraft. And then it would be the Sigma Tracer, Symmetra. And wait, why is Lady Demetrius here? I don't know why this is. I just found this playlist. So then the other ones that would be missing would be these three, the Deadlock, Pachimari, Kazuya, and then also the new one that came out like a month or so ago, 2 months ago. So it should end with this Symmetra skin for the Summer Games event. But I mean, like looking at all the ones that we're gonna be getting, like Lego Bastion. Lego Bastion's really cool. Then we got Mercy. Is Mercy Dr. Mercy? Looks really cool. I mean, my god. I have this one on the Switch. And then I also have, I really wanted to get the Tracer one, but I was like busy during the time.
Out wild, Tracer's here.
Like, look, she's got big comics on her legs. And look, she's got a little comic razor right there. It's so cool. Flex. So that's what I think. I think we're gonna end with the Symmetra one because that would be the last one. Like that's not within like the recent like year or so. Because the
Welcome to Oasis.
the last one right there were from last year, like last year ones.
Watching over you.
I'm going as fast as I can, but I cannot run very fast. I need to do the team and heal. Oh no, I died. But I still get the revive. So I've done my part. Right, my game crashed. Why did my game crash? It just crashed. There was like no error, it just crashed. So weird. Okay, I guess we're just gonna go into another game. I don't know what happened. It just crashed. It was a Junkrat, he hit me so hard it crashed my game.
Welcome to Hollywood. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Let's go Len Rain. Why not? You know, represent. Like, once I get like a full team of Len Rain, I'll probably just pick away that into him. We get like, that's around. Is this gonna fight with one tank? Oh, look, it's Overwatch 2! Hey, it's like Overwatch 2.
Lucio, I never realized your father was
Oh,
the one
wait,
who
alright.
invented
Only patented by BlizzCon. It's mine now.
What? I fucking... Not anymore! You can fucking... What do you want?
Healing boost.
Fighting!
Hey, he said his skin.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Yeah,
Yo, revive. Thank you.
okay.
Yo, Diva. Let's try 2 ults.
Okay.
I hear. Just tell me when you're gonna ult. Put it in.
Okay, ult in.
Do your ultimate trade. Yeah, not yet, not yet. Alright, I'm gonna have to ult and then leave because for some reason. I know, but like I'm in a game.
Very nice.
I'm too young to die.
Heroes never die.
Weapon systems overloaded.
The payload has reached the chip.
I'm too young to die.
By your side.
Boosters engaged. Enemy turret ahead. Boosters engaged.
Double kill.
I'm on fire.
Please.
I'm back in the game.
Enemy
His name
turret
is
in my
Mr.
target.
Freeze! Don't move! Get to that!
Alright, how about things get to Jackson? I like this one.
Taking off!
Defeat. Play of the game.
Still not on. Alright.
Welcome to Rialto. Prepare your defenses.
What?
Select your hero.
Just talking to someone else.
Think you can keep up with me?
Hello.
You start your game or not?
I just started the game.
Wait to get into the fight.
On your phone, do you... Oh, this is fine.
Not yet.
Alright.
Alright, there you go.
On.
Oh! Oh, Mom, I got a coupon to Sonic. But here's the thing.
Salt water mix for dental procedure.
Yeah, so there was a job fair at the school, and I got some coupons to Sonic, but I can't use one of them. Because it's expired 2 years ago.
Half a teaspoon to
Okay. You got it? Alright. See ya. Bro. Watch out. Oh, yeah, I'll really see on the other two. See you guys, just see it, yeah, watch it.
Time to read my ETN.
No, that's ours. nips body sounds like just like ah.
다시 한판 해보자고.
Good, good. 네. Usually one of the ending problems but like zero ending problems. Yeah, well,
한줄이 영지다.
oh, come on. I gotta buy Dean Phantom. Easy. You know, like, Ghost Boy needed I don't know. Like, it's some dragons.
60 seconds remaining.
Oh, you got sick. You got sick.
Mom, can I have this?
I thought we could totally win this. Ah.
10 seconds.
Go, Uber, go, Uber, go. It's just doing anything that she doesn't like. Let's go! We can do this! Let's go! It's probably been way more.
Play of the game.
No. That's good. But very good for you. So now all we're missing is this one between these two that one. And that's all it is.
Welcome to Hollywood. Prepare your defenses.
We're back.
Select your hero.
So we're back on defending. So I think pretty good on this one, and no fly then for 2 minutes. What was that, 100 hours played? Maybe it was. I mean, this story is like already go. So like 45 more hours. There's like 24 more hours.
My kind of city. Lights, camera, action!
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Aurora, game face on. 안녕.
Teleport online.
Hiya. 안녕.
See. Hey, really good. Cool.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Oh, dear.
Get through this.
Oh, right.
Rally towers forward barrier. Enemy turret ahead. Time to raise my EPM. That one's for my enemy turret destroyed.
Yeah, that's a better turret. That's right, yeah, that's what I'm not using. Oh, this is another. And I leave. I thought you died. Sadly, yes. And I leave. Interesting.
다시 한판 해보자고.
Go back there. There's another real man.
다시 한판 해보자고.
Meteor strike.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yo, the combo.
Diva? You're just better?
Play the game for sure. Nothing will top that. Nothing can top that. Nothing can delete.
Better Diva, honestly.
Diva diff. But seriously, that Reinhardt just set it up for me, and I just went swoosh. I hear it. Oh, there it is. Like, I hear the turret. Where is the turret? Okay, but we have to win now. That was an amazing play. You cannot let that win go to waste.
No one can hide from my sight.
Okay, where is the drink? But still, that play was so cool. We need to try to regroup. Yeah, let's do this.
How very nice.
I need health, I need health, I need health. Where's health, where's health, where's health? Oh, wait, there's health in here.
No one can hide from my sight.
I'm so good!
Oh my god.
2 plays, 1 game! If we don't win, I'm gonna be really mad. I'm just too good. I'm too good. Oh my god! Okay, you can show me in a second, okay? Just 1 second, as soon as I get it. Okay, hold on. Oh, yes, you can show me.
The Guardian Leviosa.
Awesome. Awesome movie. How could we lose? Okay, but we all know what the play is gonna be. It's gonna be me. It's this one. The swing. Oh. Yes, that was amazing. 10 soldiers recognized. Like, how do you lose? I got 2 of those employees. And the level. Like, there's nothing I can tell. There's nothing I can tell. We're ending. No. Let's see what this is. And it's on high note. It's legendary! No. Mac and cheese cyborg. We got gold. I guess. Okay, I guess.
Plug it in there.
There's nothing that can top that, and we are going. Bye.